Hello and welcome to Healing the Shaman's Way. I'm Dr. Norman Wilson, your host. I would like to talk about another aspect that we sometimes neglect, and that we are souls in a human body. Think about that. In today's world, we have soulmate, soul brother, soul sister, soul train, soul music. Oh yes, then we have soul food and a soul kiss. The word describes the sound post on a violin, and it also describes the bore of a cannon. There is soul lashings, soul candles, soul snatchers, and soul catchers. And let's not forget soul ale, in case you want to drink. Then there are such expressions as, he is an old soul, he is a poor soul. We're told that everything is going to eventually just crumble away. And we certainly feel that way in today's world, don't we? The environmental catastrophes that are going around the world, the pandemic, well, that may be true, except for one thing: the soul doesn't pass away. It survives the physical death of the body. And if this is the case, what is it then? Soul is energy. Energy that is created by that which is, that which cannot be named. Because the soul is energy, you and I have the living opportunity to recreate our own beings and to bring them into use again and again and again. We can do this on another plane, within this universe, another dimension, if you will, or in a parallel universe. The law of thermodynamics applies here. It simply states, the first law, that energy cannot be destroyed. And if the soul is energy, which it is, then it can't be destroyed. The question, it seems to me, now becomes, what does the soul become? What is it transformed into? It becomes the essence of that which created it. The essence of that which created it. Now, if on the other hand you're one of these folks who believe that the soul is only a vague and unrelated entity, that it really has no significance and no meaning other than that which is connected to the self, if that's true, then we have another issue. The issue is to failure to recognize that the soul and self are one and the same. The physical body is like an automobile. It's used to carry around a passenger. In this case, the passenger is the soul. When the automobile wears out, it's replaced. Think about that. It's replaced. The body is replaced for the soul. The soul doesn't end up in a junk heap like the automobile does. It transcends all of that kind of condition. Now, the ancients called this place where the soul goes for this transformation, called the Akasa record. That is, it is the source of all. Now, scientist and visionary Greg Brandon refers to this as the divine matrix. An internationally known spiritualist, Lynn McTaggart, simply calls it the field. Whatever the name, it is there that the soul waits until it's needed again. There it waits as it gains new and fresh perspectives on its evolutionary purpose. Buddhism as well as Hinduism both acknowledge a reincarnation during which an individual completes unfinished business, learns new lessons or fixes failed lessons. The significance here is that we have a second chance. And all too often, we're willing to throw it away. And the reason for that is I think that many people have been brought up with the notion that, and it's been perpetuated by organized religions, by the way, is that we have to die. And that's the end of it. You either go to heaven or hell or purgatory. Eventually, though, it is generally acknowledged that we can't see a physical thing called the soul. I'm not going to debate that. Despite the fact that some people in the field of medicine and science have tried to locate the soul, to verify its existence, doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. We can't see magnetic energy with the human eye, nor can we see ultraviolet light with the human eye, nor nuclear or sound or electromagnetic energy or electrochemical energy. But we know that those things exist. Deepak Chopra says this: the soul is the animating force of life. For me, it is life. It is life. Who is to say that the soul is not returned from its celestial journey, returned to another human body, or as a spirit? Maybe you have experienced that somewhere along the way, that you felt a cool breeze across your cheek when there was no wind blowing, or that you noticed a slight change in the light in a room, or that you sort of sensed there was someone over your shoulder, or you caught a glimpse of a fleeting shadow on a wall. Maybe, just maybe, you experienced a human soul passing by. Now, if we accept the notion that the soul is created by some extraordinary entity, then does it not stand to reason that the soul would contain some of that same quality in that extraordinary entity? Enrico, Fermi, author of Thermodynamics, points this out. He says, every breath an individual inhales that individual has inhaled a molecule exhaled by Julius Caesar and by Jesus Christ and by the Buddha, and in some cases, unfortunately, Adolf Hitler, Mussolini, or Genghis Khan. The point here being that there is an interconnectedness that we all share with that which is the divine. And as such, the soul becomes a part of that total consciousness, that total creative process of the cosmos. I call this process fecundity. We've witnessed the creation of new stars, new planets. The cosmos is alive. And so are we. And as a consequence of this freedom, author Katrina Raphael, put it this way. She said, we no longer need to be bound by the beliefs that the spirit cannot move freely in the physical world, and in order to go to heaven, it first has to die. We no longer have to believe that. The late Frank Sinatra used to sing, "Come fly with me," and so I invite you to come fly with me. Thank you for listening. Tune in next time, won't you?